What a get. 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 This is amazing right here.
Pinch. All right, everybody. Well, welcome to episode number 77 of Beyond the Court. It's a pretty cool night we're going to have here. I know we are looking for and waiting for Leo to get in here, and I think there he is. Leo.
We have the same name.
We have the same name. You and Simone didn't fix that. I mean, you know, we're a stickler for details. I know you can work that out. That's not a problem. But I tell you, I was just smiling looking at that intro again. You know, that little clip there where Kane and I are hitting, that was from the first ever experience in Vero Beach. And what an awesome time. Just might be about time to do one of those again, Leo. What do you think?
We've been talking about it, you know.
We have been. There's a lot going on.
Kane's ready.
We'll leave it at that. So, Leo, tell everybody, what do we got tonight? Who's coming on? It's been a while. We get messages all the time. People want us to do this every single night. That's just not happening right now. But what do we got tonight?
Got a big show for everybody tonight. But before we get started, I want to remind everybody, share this. Let's get it out there so we can get some people in the comments. Tonight's going to be a show for the fans. So we want to hear from you guys. If you have questions, if you have a comment about our topics tonight, now is the time to put them in there. Go ahead and share it. We've got a couple of really big guests tonight. We also have a surprise guest. We're going to hear from Gary Mazeroff, the Maz, the face of New Mexico racquetball. He'll be joining us tonight on the show. And then we're going to hear from the one and only. You guys see it. You hear about it. You hear Sudsy and I and all the other players talking about Frank Hotels. And so tonight, for the first time, we're going to talk to Mark Frank from Frank Hotels. We're going to hear his story, when he first started playing, what brought him back in the game, and why we're seeing Frank Hotels at events, sponsors, court decals. Mark's been playing a lot of tournaments, local, state, national, world championships. So yeah, we're going to catch up with Mark, and then we may have a surprise visitor tonight. So
really, I don't know about that. I'm curious what you and Simone worked out here on this one.
Hey, maybe the fans know. Type it in the comments. Like I said, tonight is for you guys. The last few shows that we've had some amazing guests, but tonight we want to hear from you because look, these shows we do for you guys. So now's your chance, your opportunity to ask these guys some questions. When we get Gary on the show tonight, ask him some questions about this seniors event. Ask him, what makes it so successful? Why should you attend? Why should you go?
I'll tell you a bunch of reasons why, but I can't wait to hear Gary tell us.
I want to hear your reasons too, because I know you've been to a couple of those. And then when Mark Frank is on here tonight, ask Mark some questions. Ask him in the chat. We'll put the questions up on the board. Ask Mark, why are you supporting tournaments? What is motivating you to start playing again? You know, you played, you left, you came back. So, you know, get the questions tonight, fire them up. Simone's going to bookmark them all. We want to hear from the fans, and we want to make this a really big show for you guys tonight. So it looks like Suds is having some issues too. So let's do this. Let's take a quick commercial, and when we come back, we'll bring in our first guest tonight right here, Beyond the Court, episode number 77. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Leo, can I say one thing? You know, watching that commercial, so cool. But I want to say thank you so much to our racquetball family and community. They've been amazing. You know, we're able to track the promo codes, as you know, being part of our Frank Hotels team as well. And it's amazing how many racquetball players are using that Sudsy promo code. So thank you so much. And, you know, we have 14 amazing properties. We can't wait to see you there. Who knows? We might see Leo or I there, or you'll certainly see Veronica and I. But anyway, thank you to all of you for anyone that's ever stayed at any of our properties and continue to do so.
Yeah, keep blowing it up. Sudsy, SUDSY. It's real easy, all lowercase. You go to frankhotels.com, scroll down a little bit. Well, actually, when you go to frankhotels.com, first make sure you subscribe to the newsletter. Then scroll down, type in the dates, type in that promo code, and then it'll list the property that you want, and you'll see the money that you'll save using that code. All right. You ready for the first guest?
I'm ready. Are you ready? I'm your guest tonight. I'm your co-guest.
The man, the Maz. This guy certified me as a instructor at the YMCA in downtown Houston. He is the face of New Mexico racquetball. Gary.
Good to see you, Leo. Good to see you, Sudsy.
How are you, sir?
I'm well. Thank you, bud.
Gary, how's it going? What's going on with you lately? Catch us
Frank
up.
Hotels, 39th. Actually, it's the 39th. It's the 40th year. 39th edition of the Frank Hotels International Racquetball Federation World Senior Racquetball Championships, 25 through 28 July this year in Chicago area at the Glass Court Lombard.
Wow.
We're excited.
Tell us, I went last year, Sudsy and Mark and I were in Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Yep. But you didn't play, Leo. I have you in the draw this year.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I'm going to
Do
take
you
you up on
qualify?
that.
Are you 30 yet?
I am well over 55. How about that?
That's congratulations.
I'm on the official senior tour. So take us back to Las Vegas, New Mexico, because I think is that about the time when you and Sudsy and Mark started talking about this partnership?
It was a couple of years ago in Albuquerque, really.
Mm-hmm.
And then the theme continued last year, and here we are. We've been wanting to get a title sponsor for years, and now it's come to fruition. We hope to extend the relationship, if you will.
Mm-hmm. How important is a title sponsor? I mean, for the people that are watching, give us a little bit of.
Well, it helps with continuity. I mean, it's a hefty budget. And the fact that we're going out of state this year, out of New Mexico, we started back in 1985, do the math, and going to the Chicago area, it's costly. So we try and break even after all the expenses are said and done. Having you folks with Frank Hotels coming in certainly eases the burden quite a bit. So we really are appreciative. Not to mention, Mark is now, again, a racquetball groupie, and he's got a couple world titles under his belt.
How did the partnership with the NMRA come in?
Well, I've known Cindy and Rick Betts for years. We knew that sports and wellness in Albuquerque was phasing out about 5 years ago. And I was telling everybody at the banquet annually, I said, we'll see you next year if indeed they want us. Well, 2 years, we found out they didn't want us anymore. They changed their business plan. So that's all I'll say about that. Fortunately, we were able to piggyback with the people in Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Great location. Unfortunately, we're not able to do it this year because we have a change in the leadership at Highlands University. So Luke St. Ange, Uncle Luke, he and I discussed partnering with the National Masters. And I was on their board years ago, and I played in many of their tournaments. So I called Cindy and I asked if they were holding their summer tournament, which historically has been called the International. So it makes sense. And she said, yeah, we're doing it in Lombard. I said, look, let's co-op our efforts. She said, done. So here we are.
Nice.
Yeah, I have a question, Gary. I think, it's obviously I've been to a couple of these now over the last couple of years. What's inspired, a lot of people when they hear the Senior Masters, or in this case, the World Senior Masters, what inspired the 30-plus division? I think that's so cool, and hoping we can open the door to a bunch of new players to continue and get out there.
Well, I agree with you. One of the reasons we've been successful over the years is we've made the adjustments when needed. Years ago, let me give you a little background. We started in 1985. In 1991, we had 403 players. 103 of those were women in Albuquerque, but we had the infrastructure. I don't need to get into what's happened to the court club industry, but we've had to adjust. And gradually the draw went down, more events. The economy has pitched in, obviously. So we made an adjustment. We went from singles only to mixed doubles as well. We had regular doubles plus mixed as part of the World Senior Doubles, which started in 2000 in Paris, in France. And so we had them actually separate, singles in the World Seniors, and then World Senior Doubles, we moved around the world, literally. And then in 2012 or so, we added mixed doubles. 2015, we decided to bring the World Senior Doubles into the fold of World Senior Racquetball and had it in Albuquerque. So we made the adjustments. We made the adjustment last year going to Las Vegas, and we're making the adjustment this year going to Chicago area. As far as lowering the age, it started at 40, went to 35, now it's 30. Who knows? It might get down to 10. But,
and still call it the World Seniors.
Look, here's the telltale.
Are you telling me that Veronica can play in this event? Because if I need a mixed doubles partner, I can tell you that our next guest, Mark Franks, he's going to get first option at her.
Bring her to Lombard. So here's the telltale.
You got to tell the next guy coming in.
1985 to 89, I wasn't old enough to play in this event. I mean, really, seriously. And so we lowered it from 40 to 35 and now to 30. And who knows what will happen? Again, we make adjustments as need be. So yeah, I say anybody under 50, Sudsy, you're still a junior player.
Well said.
Gary, not for very long, by the way, but no, Leo, that is cool. It is 30 plus. Veronica is actually able to play mixed doubles with Leo. You would know better. Is it me first or Mark actually is going to?
Gary, go ahead and sign Mark and Vero up.
Yeah, I got no chance.
and Leo, you want to play in the 35 plus singles?
You going to find me a mix partner?
I'll speak for him. Sign him up because Mark told us he's going to be there. So put him in whatever division you want. How about that? All right.
And by the way, we still have 2 months to go, and we're sitting with about 70 players registered. That's pretty good.
What are we expecting? What do we think?
I was looking for, on the low side, 120
Okay.
to 150.
Okay.
Last year we had 120 registered.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens.
Have you been to that club, Gary?
I have not, but I know about it. No, I've never been there.
You're gonna love it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
the
You're gonna
glass
love
court, and they, whoever they are, tell me that nobody wants to play on that glass court, but I'll be happy to.
It's
It's
fun.
it's an adventure. I can tell you that. I've been on that one.
We'll
Yeah,
call it fun. We'll call it fun. Yeah, no, it's an awesome facility for those of you that are just tuning in and watching. We're talking to Gary Mazeroff from the IRF. Listen, you can go to nmra.info. You can go to international racquetball.com. You can go to nationalmastersracquetball.com. It's very easy to find the information for this tournament. Get signed up. I just went to Chicago not too long ago, and I'll tell you, easy to fly into still. The club is awesome. It's one of the historic racquetball clubs. So right when you walk in, you're going to feel it. You're going to smell it. You're going to see it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I loved the glass court. Joe and Dan, thank you. You guys were amazing hosts. Joe, the owner, Dan, the general manager. The people at the bar, they have a bar inside there. They got ping pong tables. I love it. So if you're thinking about going, I hope I just helped you make a decision to go. Check those flights. Like Gary said, they're still, a couple months away, so you can still get a good deal on flights.
Let me add
Gary,
one more
you're
thing.
using. Sorry about that. You're using two clubs, correct? The glass court and one other.
If needed. The
Okay.
glass court for sure, and then we have the sister club down the
Okay.
way. The squash 57 division is probably not going to happen. We're not at this point able to secure a facility with regulation squash court that's close by.
Mhm.
Before I sign off, I want to say a couple of things to you guys. One,
Sure.
when's the last time somebody gave you guys a compliment? Well, I'm giving you one tonight. You guys are doing a great job. And I see a lot of people I know. Hello, Joanne. I see a lot of people I know on here.
That's great.
And to answer Derek's question regarding number of countries, on the low end, Derek, probably 10. We've had up to 18 countries represented in a specific year in the past. And we've had all 50 U.S. states represented and over 40 foreign countries represented as well. And yeah, we have the Irish, we have Bolivia, probably Costa Rica, Canada, Mexico, you name it.
Mhm.
So we'll be busy.
What are some of your best best things that you can share, Gary, for people about attending this tournament? The weight of being a world championship, going to Chicago, the glass court. I mean, what can you tell?
Win, lose, or draw, you keep playing.
Mhm.
Every match is 3 games to 11. And we haven't changed this tournament to rally scoring. It's probably going to happen in the future, but right now it's regular scoring.
Mhm.
And every point you score, you keep. So we've actually had 2 examples of people that have lost more matches than the second place person in the past, but the second place individual twice accumulated more points. And whoever scores the most points after the fact wins. And that's when you don't have a playoff. So if there's one flight, it's points, total points. If you have a playoff, for example, years ago in the men's 45, we had 9 flights of, I think 7 in each flight. And we had a feed into the quarters. We had actually a round of 16, a fishtail match, if you will. And the gentleman that won the tournament had to play 5 matches on the final day, and he did. So
5 on the final day. Imagine trying to get. That's a lot. Hi, Joanne. That is beautiful. Hey, Leo. Simone's in my ear. Should we bring in the title sponsor to say hello to Gary?
Let's
and
bring
then
him
we'll let Gary go.
Is he ready?
He's always ready.
He's
Trust
busy.
me.
He's been busy lately. See his name everywhere.
Mark Frank,
Playing tournaments, building a court at his house.
world champ twice.
Hey
Congratulations,
guys,
Mark.
how you doing?
What's happening, Mark? How are you?
Good to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
You're mighty welcome. Have you been able to hear anything that Gary's been sharing with us about the event?
I love it. All sounds great. I can't wait to get to Chicago.
Yeah.
Speaking of Chicago and the pizza, we just have another country. Joanne, Team Italy.
I love Joanne. Thank you, Joanne. Hey, Mark, like I said, people have been seeing your name around the Frank Hotels, the brand, connecting you with that. Really quick, take us back. Tell us, as early as you can remember, when you started playing, why you stopped, and then what got you back in.
Well, I started playing in 1979 and right after high school. And I played for almost 6 years. And then I retired in 85 to go into business with my dad. And he kind of uh, wanted me not to play too much racquetball because we invested in the bowling alley business, and he wanted my full focus. So I agreed, and I kind of regret that agreement, but it was my choice, and so I hung up my gear then, and then in early 2000s, I think 2002. I decided to just play locally when I lived in the Tri-Cities, and I got to play for about a year and a half, and I played one tournament, and in that first match, I hurt my right knee, and then I didn't play after that again. And so what 2014, we got into the hotel business. We sold the bowling alleys and started buying hotels. The whole time I had the itch to play, and I knew at some point I was going to get back in the court. And my son was playing. Landon, so many of you guys know, was playing a lot of baseball back then, and he had been recruited to a college in Minnesota, and we'd go down to the local gym here in Ilwaco, Washington, and there was a wall that I spotted while he was playing baseball. It was a gym converted to a baseball facility, and I saw this wall with a piece of plywood, and I brought my old equipment down one day and just started tapping the ball against the wall, and then I started hitting it, and I could still swing, but I really couldn't move very good. But I was just almost 60 when I got back into the sport, and I finally just made the commitment and joined the club in Longview, which is an hour and 40 minutes away from my house, and started driving over there, 3 times a week to hit the ball, and played for about a year just by myself practicing.
Mm-hmm.
And just was really struggling to get everything back, uh, to acceptable, so I could actually play tournaments. And I saw Sudsy online one day on Facebook, and he was inviting people to get a hold of him for lessons. And since we have a place in Florida, it wasn't too far from where I live. I have a second home in Florida, and so I texted him, and we hooked up for a weekend in January of 2022, and that's when our relationship started. And he was instrumental in keeping me in the sport and helping me relearn the sport so that I could play at an acceptable level. And so that's about 2.5 years ago, and I've just had a blast. Just really enjoy it, and worked very, very hard to get my game to the point where I can compete and effectively compete. And so that's kind of the story. And then Sudsy, and then I met Leo, and I met Gary pretty quick early on, and our favorite tournament has been the IRF World Senior Championship. So this will be the third year I've played it, and it's just love the people, and love the format, and just love the whole tournament as a whole. So It was
Yeah,
kind of natural for us to sponsor this tournament first, and
Mhm.
and uh, and really help out Gary and everything he's trying to accomplish with the senior tournament. And so we're happy to work with you, Gary. It's a pleasure.
thank you, Mark.
Gary, Simone's in my ear. We're going to let Gary go, but Gary, any last questions before we let you go? We're going to stay with Mark, and then we'll take a quick commercial. So go ahead, Gary. Any final thoughts before we let you go?
Well, as Joanne said, not only it's the competition, win, lose, or draw, you keep playing, but it's the camaraderie. Racquetball is a lifetime sport. We've made friendships with many, many people over the years, literally from around the world. And one of your viewers said, "Wow, 1979." Well, I go back to 1968, so maybe that's a wow with a capital W. Thank you.
Well, good seeing you, Gary. We'll see you in a couple months.
Count on it, Mark. Leo,
Yeah.
Sophie, thank you.
Gary, have a good night.
you.
We'll see you soon. And there we go. The Maz.
Let's take a quick commercial as per Simone, and we're going to come back with Mark, Frank, Leo. I love where you're going with that. I think it's important for everybody to know, Mark's love and dedication and what he's really done. The personal sacrifices. He wouldn't call them sacrifices, but I know too much, so I'll let you take that. But let's take a quick commercial, and then we'll be right back with Mark. All right, so. Nobody move, share it, stay here, and let's watch. No, Mark is not the Duck Dynasty guy. He's got a much better backhand. All right. We'll be right back. Don't move. Here we are. We're back. All right, Leo, what do you got, buddy?
Well, now that we have Mark here, we have some exciting news that we want to share with all of our fans. We haven't actually officially made it public yet, so we figured, hey, let's just break it right here on the show. But Frank Hotels is super proud to announce that we have signed a player to our team family, Montse Mejia, the number 2 player in the world, is going to be added to our family. And Montse, congratulations. We signed her to the team today, and we're hoping to get her on the show tonight. I know she's been there traveling with you or training with you in Vero there in Florida, and she's trying to fly home. But I don't know, Suds. You think you can make that happen?
Might be able to. I mean, I called Mark. I said, hey, what do you think about this? Let's activate our sponsorship, which we also extended our LPRT agreement today for another year. Mark just constantly wants to support racquetball and what he believes in and what we believe in together as a company. And I told him a great idea, a great way to activate that sponsorship and relationship. Let's get a player. Let's get somebody that can do the job, represent us well, and really speak to our demographic, which is really everybody in racquetball needs to stay at properties, stay at hotels, take vacations. And the other thing I love about it is Montse is not only in the United States, she's in Mexico. So she'll be active on social media. She's obviously an amazing champion and, well-spoken, and we're excited. But I want to know what Mark Frank thinks of that. Mark's hung out with Montse. He knows Montse.
Yeah, that's a great player, and it'll be a joy to help her out a little bit and watch her compete in these tournaments and as team Frank Hotels.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, here we are announcing another bit of information, with Monsi, and then now with the LPRT, we announced the title sponsor for the IRF.
Shut your phone off, Mark. His Facebook is now off. His phone is off. No, you can't have his number or email. Call me, as he always says.
And we'll have one more bit of information and topic that we're going to go over tonight about a fundraiser that we're doing for USA Racquetball that also involves you and Frank Hotel. So, I want to ask you the obvious question, Mark. Not so much why, but it seems like you're trying to help as many as you can, and it's all racquetball related. I mean, does this all tie into your passion and what you're doing right now?
Yeah, and with the hotel company's been pretty successful, and it the sport needs all the sponsors and help it can muster right now, and so it's been a lot of fun. We sponsor the LPRT, and we've helped out at a number of the IRT events and other local tournaments. We were a sponsor in Davie, Florida last month, and the little bit of help that we've put in, goes a long way with the tournament hosts and help them fund these events. It's a lot of work to host any tournament, and we've been a 2-year sponsor or 3-year sponsor for Treasure Coast with Sudsy since
from day one. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so it's a pleasure working with all the different tournaments, and we've gone to a number of the tournaments. Sudsy and I have played in a number of the tournaments where we were a sponsor. So it's been very rewarding personally, and the little help that we can do for the sport has been fun. So. And we'll continue to build on what we've started with here.
I love these photos as we go through some of these here. Any ones that stand out? Some of your favorites so far, Mark?
Boy, we've had, we played, I think 10 tournaments in the last year, and they've all been just unbelievable time and great time. And we're going to probably go to all the ones we played this last year in the next 12 months. So the next tournament, it's looking like the next indoor tournament for sure is going to be Chicago. And, so we're taking a little break and let the body heal a little bit, and we'll be back, playing regularly, next month for sure. And I'll be in Florida for 2 weeks, mainly watching our grandson Nick's baseball. But in between baseball, I'll be playing racquetball as much as possible. Then in another month, at the end of June, the court at the house will be ready to play on, and that'll be so much better than having to drive 2 hours just to practice.
Yeah, I want to bring that up real quick because you said something funny, when you decided to build the court. And I don't know if you remember, Mark, you said it to Veronica because she was just shocked. Leo, Mark would drive, almost 2 hours each way just to practice by himself. There was no court. The closest one was 2 hours away. And so Veronica was shocked. And he said, well, we're going to fix that. So he's building this amazing court at the house. I don't think Simone loaded up any pictures, but we will certainly be seeing a lot of it. As I'll be there, Leo will be there, Veronica will be there. And Mark, do we have any plans to do anything fun out there at the private court? Because we do like to keep the circle small.
We'll have some shootouts and but it'll. I'm sure you'll come up with some good stuff, Sudsy. I can count on that.
Yeah, well, I'll have to discuss that with Shelly too, because we like to keep it tight. So
Really quick though, Mark, tell everybody. I mean, the video is amazing. I mean, kind of just visually take us through it again as you're walking through it. What's it going to have? It has a lot in it.
Well, it's the main thing is it's got a nice glass racquetball court, and then it's you can't really just the house that we live in, it really wasn't a way to add on to it. So we built a new building. We have an acre and a half here, so we built a separate building in the front part of the property, and you can't really just put a court up. So when I
So
worked
built
with
a
the
club.
architect. We ended up with
he
a
did build a
building
club.
He built a
that's bigger
club.
than my house. So
So I think, Mark, I think, and Leo, that's up to you. I think Simone can get one of the videos that Mark sent us privately. Do you guys want to, Mark, you want to walk us through if Simone
Sure.
can pull that up?
sure.
All right, let's give us a second, everyone. Check this out. We're all racquetball players watching this. So just imagine being able to, wake up Sunday, relaxing, have a cup of coffee, and then you just get to go right outside, walk into your building, and go hit some racquetballs. Mark, as Simone's letting me know that it's trying to upload this. It says processing, from what I understand. When you decided to take on the project to do this, was there any turning back? Was there any talk about that?
Well, it's just too much to have to drive to practice, and I spend 90% of my time on the court alone. I don't play a lot of matches on the side. I love to drill, and I just love that's one thing that's great about racquetball. You can do it by yourself, you can do it with one person, or you can do it with four. And but I when I was young, I practiced way more than I played, and it's been just how I approach the game, and now that I'll have a court here, I'll be able to play almost every day, and it'll be a game changer as far as being able to dial in certain shots and get a more complete and a more consistent game on the court.
Mhm.
So and plus I just love the exercise. I hate running, and I don't want to go on long walks, and I'm not much of a weightlifter.
That's why you ace people. You don't like to run like me. It's either an ace, and if they get it, it's a weak return kill. Leo, that court video is up. Mark, can you talk us through it? I'm not sure. Leo, if it's played, will it be muted, or will we not be able to talk? I don't know. Hold on. All right, Mark, we're going to just play the video. We're going to show everybody the court. You will not be heard. None of us will be heard while it plays. So we'll just let it play out, and then you can kind of talk about what you saw, okay?
Okay.
So check this out, everybody. Imagine having this.
Office. Workout room. Window to the glass court. Storage. Bathroom. Sauna. Toilet. Shower with a rain head. Jetted tub. Vanity. Kitchenette. Washer and dryer. Viewing area. Hot water tank and storage. And racquetball court.
I just, Leo, I know you and I can't wipe the smile off my face.
That was just the downstairs.
Yeah, that was just the downstairs. You didn't even go upstairs. So kind of just tell everybody they could hear that whole video as you did. Let's take us through that building, and then just kind of briefly what's upstairs.
Well, the first room is going to be an office for me, so I can get the office out of my house, And then the next room will be mainly a weight room with exercise equipment, and then in the bathroom, obviously, and then we're making, upstairs. You didn't see the upstairs, but because of the height of the building, I had to put an upstairs to it. Also, I was trying to keep it a little bit smaller, but it just, because of the height of a racquetball court, I had to put a second floor in. So the upstairs is like a big giant great room with a living room, and then there's an extra bedroom up there. And eventually, we're going to remodel our house here, and we'll be able to actually live in the new building while we remodel this house. But it'll be a nice addition. We don't have a huge house here at the beach, but we needed more space anyway. So that's pretty much it. The story.
Have you thought of a name of it yet? For a name?
I really haven't. I'm sure you and Sudsy will come up with a good name. So.
You know what, Leo? You're always great at this. Maybe we put it in the hands of the players and fans. Here's a view of here's the building on the outside. That's the court. That's what you just walked through right there. That's the 2 stories, like Mark said. Love the windows. And by the way, Leo, we're probably not 100 yards from the beach, if that.
Wow, I love it. Dream come
It's gonna
true.
be fun.
Well, it'll be a lot better than having to drive to play, and so about a year into practicing, I decided I'm going to eventually have to build a court here. So it's been a little over 3 years since I started playing again, and it's time. It was time. So but it'll be a lot of fun, and it'll help me stay in good shape and hopefully improve my game a little more. So that's the goal.
No doubt about that. I'm not worried about that at all. We got a bunch of more medals to hang on your deer head. I don't have a picture of that. But I don't even know if I said that right, or buckhead, whatever it may be.
Hey, Mark, before we go, I want to shuffle through some comments and questions real quick.
Okay.
Richard Swing says, "Hey, Mark, Elvis had a court at his house too."
I did not know that.
What do you think
That's
about
cool. That's cool.
Let's see. Charles Nolan says, "Do you guys know John Welsh? He now lives in Washington. I'm sure he'd love to play with you guys."
I think I know who he is. I saw him at a tournament in Beaverton a year and a half ago that I played in, and but I've never met him, and I haven't ever played him, obviously. So
Well, maybe somebody can make a connection. Oh, Edgar coming in with the good one. Nice. Can I rent it from an Airbnb?
You know what?
no.
Wait a minute. Time out. Edgar, that is a phenomenal idea, but I can tell you that the circle is very small.
Edgar, you're more than welcome to come to the beach and play and stay in one of the hotels. We have 2 hotels 10 minutes away.
And guess what, Edgar? You want to know the beauty of that? You can go ahead right now, scan our QR code, and use promo code Sudsy for a discount. And I tell you what, anybody that does that, Leo, you're going to have to keep track of that. Maybe we'll give them a free lesson.
Let's do it.
Maybe. Well, let me work out the details, but we're going to do that. We're going to do that, and we'll let you know about that.
Serious about it, reach out to us, and we'll make it.
That's coming later. We might have to do a private clinic where you get to stay at one of the properties, and maybe you'll join us on the court.
Real Frank Hotels experience.
You're not kidding.
Racquetball.
Go ahead, Leo. I know you had a bunch of questions. It was cool.
One last one, and then we'll let Mark go. From Joanne, when was the last time you shaved?
Well, I have it trimmed about once a month. So, but I've had the beard like this. Oh, it's kind of funny because one of the guys working on the racquetball court, good friend of ours, and Sean, they remodeled In at the Sea for us in 2020 and 2021, and he had a long beard, and he challenged me to grow mine out, so I did, and that's how I got my beard, and I hate to shave anyway. So
Me too.
Hey, you know what, guys? For those of you that don't know Mark, and one of the reasons why he's so successful in life, on and off the court, he said challenge. The man loves a challenge. So it's funny, he was challenged to grow a beard, and there you go. I'm envious of it. I tell him, Leo, as his partner, I don't want him to shave it. He's not allowed to shave it. I think it's so cool because I couldn't do that if I didn't shave for another 2 decades. So I like it.
You'd be surprised.
It gives us balance, don't you think, Leo? I mean, you know the team, the Frank Munchak team. Look, he's got that. I got nothing. I couldn't grow anything if I tried. So
well, you're
I
getting
like
older. I'm 63 now, so when you get my age, you might be able to grow one, Sudsy.
when I grow up.
Hey, I never thought I could grow one, and I grew one. Remember?
I remember that, but
You
not
did,
like
but you
that.
shaved it, Leo. Come on.
I know, and you busted my chops for shaving it because I said I wasn't.
Hey, let's get one more. Just a little love from Brian O'Melian. Brian out in Wisconsin. Couldn't agree with you more. Thank you, Mark Frank, for your amazing support and love of racquetball. Mark, that's kind of where everybody sees you now. You and I met a couple of years ago, like you said, and you've done so many amazing things. Not just for Veronica and I and our family, and we're forever in debt and grateful, and we'll do everything we can to reciprocate in whatever way we can. But, you're really, really impacting an entire sport that, in your words, you missed, you kind of walked away from for decades, and it was not for 30 years that you came back. So, on behalf of not only Veronica, Mateo, Jules, and I, but the entire sport of racquetball, thank you for everything you do, continue to do what you and I are going to continue to do with Leo on the team, Veronica, now we have Monsi. It's just great. So thank you so much.
No problem, guys. It's been a pleasure and very rewarding personally. So I love every minute of it.
Well, I concur. Thank you, Mark, so much for taking the time tonight. We appreciate it, and I hope everybody that watched learned a little bit more about Mark. Like I said, you see the Frank hotels everywhere, and we figured tonight would be a good time for you guys to get to know Mark a little bit, see his passion. He's just, it's just not some corporate name that you see on a court decal anywhere. Go back, watch the show, listen to Mark's story, and hopefully it'll inspire you to get back on the court too. So
never too old.
Great.
And please stay at our properties, continue. It matters. It matters from a business standpoint. Mark sees the impact you racquetball players, our racquetball family have, whether you're in the Pacific Northwest or not. We have a property down in Florida, in Treasure Island. It matters. And if you're going to do it, reach out to myself or Leo or Veronica and let us know that, hey, you're going to stay. And we'll make sure that somebody says hello. You never know. Literally might be one of us. So we appreciate that, Mark. We love you. We appreciate it. I'll see you soon. We'll be back on the court soon. And thank you again.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mark. Good night.
All right.
We'll be right back. And Leo and I will take you through another round of what's going on beyond the court. Don't move. All right, Leo, look who I got for you. I'm going to take off the headphones so you can chat. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Come here. I'm going to switch seats. There you go.
Whoa.
Hey.
Hello.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm good.
What a nice surprise.
I'm excited.
What do you tell us what you're doing there?
I'm just here hanging with with Satsi.
Hey, wait. Keep your head right there.
Don't lie. Don't lie. You're hanging with the kids. You're not hanging
Yeah,
with
with the
Suds. You're hanging
kids
with
too.
the kids.
I'm enjoying my stay here in Orlando,
Yeah.
and I'm excited to play the next tournament this weekend.
Yeah, this weekend you'll be at the Sweet Caroline,
Yeah,
going in as the number 2 player in the world
again.
with a new sponsor, Frank
Yeah.
Hotels. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, and I want to thanks to Satsi, Vero, and Mark, of course, for let me being part of this family team, and I really appreciate that.
Awesome. So how are you feeling? You obviously went down there. I'm sure you hit some balls with Suds and Vero, but how do you feel?
I feel like so good. I practice a lot my backhand, of course, with the best bowler, and I feel great, really great for the tournament. I feel like confident, like I have confidence. I think like now I'm enjoying more the game, you know.
So when will you leave Florida?
It's supposed I was
Today her flight got delayed,
Yeah.
so she wasn't going to make the connection.
Yeah.
So she opted to stay. She's going to get out tomorrow. She's ready to go.
Wow. So then you got the Sweet Caroline and then one more event, right?
Yeah, the final
Battle at the Beach.
Yeah. It's going
Yeah.
to be a good one. That
Yeah. Oh, awesome. I love that. So deserving. Monse, climbing the ranks. Not that this is like super important. I know it is. I know you go, one tournament at a time. And if you win tournaments, those things take care of themselves. But is there a chance that you can finish number 1 in the world?
Yeah, of course. And I really want to being number 1 again.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just excited for like playing the tournament, playing my game. I think that's the most important for me. Like right now, like feel comfortable in my game, and that's it. Like everything can happen, but I want to do everything I can, and I want to really win the tournaments.
So, do you keep up with that? I mean, do you look at the points and do you say, okay, well, if I win this one and then I win that one, then I can finish number 1? Or do you just say, look, I play, I win, it takes care of itself?
Look, I really don't know how many points I have.
Yeah.
Good.
So, yeah, good. Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean,
Hey, we got to let her go because she's playing with Jules and Mateo, and they're going to come running in here any second.
screaming.
But Mons, thank you so much.
Thank you, Monty. Congratulations on the sponsorship. Good luck in Carolina.
Thank you. Bye.
See you again.
Thanks, Mons. I hope she's not mad at me. I just dragged her in.
How cool is that?
That was awesome.
See, that's kind of a training secret. Not a lot of people know that she was there in Florida training with you guys. So there you go.
Well, some new. I mean,
Not everybody knows though. Not everybody keeps up with all that. That's part of the game. It's part of the game.
And a lot of times for some of these amazing athletes, obviously a lot of them speak Spanish. They're not super secure and confident, and they all speak amazing, and I tell them that all the time, like, don't worry about that, So too bad she doesn't even see some of these great comments that people are leaving. Super nice. Thank you, Richard. It says, Monty, you are such an intense player. I love watching you play. Good luck. That's super cool. Had we seen that, we could have let her know. So Leo.
Oh, nice surprise. All right.
Yeah. Hey, I got to surprise you sometimes. You surprise me a lot. Let's
ready for that. All of a sudden, Monty Mejia is like right here.
Who do you want next? All right, Leo, go for it. I know you have other news to discuss. Let's do that, and then we'll close it out and say goodnight to everyone.
we're making some good time tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any questions, now's the time to get them in. Thank you guys for all the great comments that you left about Mark, Gary, and Monsi. Don't forget, we go back and we watch these. So go back, leave us a nice comment. Hey, we got some really big news for Treasure Coast. Some of you may or may not know, but we put out some information to our Treasure Coast ballers. The Treasure Coast Team Racquetball, the very first one, we put out a calling, and I'll tell you, within a matter of minutes, the team owners stepped up. In fact, we had too many owners, and then we had an owner that had some family graduation plans, so ownership was transferred to somebody else. Fun stuff. We made it happen. We're going to do doubles, group pool play. We're going to have playoffs. And the best part about this thing is we all emphatically agreed that we had to have a beginner division based on what Sudsy and Vero did at the Treasure Coast events. They felt that it was important to have the beginners involved. So each team was also asked to recruit a beginner. And here they are. If you didn't see them online, there they are. The 4 teams, the team owners, the Lady Ballers, owned by team owner Gene Fry. You got Veronica Sotomayor, Cheryl Lotz, Carolina Pisana, Danny Ganchi, and Beatrice Flores is the beginner. The Dovetail Bolts, Mike Kinkin, the team owner of that. He's got Bobby Morales. Mike will play on his team as well. Bailey Lewis, Jorge Marino, and Maria Moreno is the beginner. The Amigos, Team Amigos. Edgar Martinez is the owner of that one. You got Charles Nolan, Ignacio Molina, Miklos Hernandez, Jaime Abundano. I hope I'm saying your name right, Jaime. And then Benny Cardero is their beginner. And then last but not least, the Super Splat Brothers, Andrew Cunningham. I can't wait to see what Andrew's team is going to come up with. But they've got Kevin DeMarco, Andrew himself, captain of that team as an owner. He'll play Jesse. Everybody knows and loves Jesse Sheerenbach, and then Alexis Fajardo, and then Leo Wu, the owner.
Sandbagger, Leo Wu, Sandbagger beginner. He's kicked out of beginners in the, you're the Treasure Coast tournament official director. Leo Wu's kicked out. He's sandbagging. I say right now, even though I'm not part of their running or direction of it, Leo, get out. I'm not talking about Leo Vasquez. I'm talking about Leo Wu. You're not a beginner. You won 2 straight Treasure Coast beginner divisions.
Hey. It's a lot of pressure for him, though, to show up at the team competition and play the other beginners. So we'll see. Could be a dark horse in there. You never know.
All right. We will see. That's pretty cool, though, Leo. You know, when you and Gene really took the bull by the horns here. You guys wanted to do something different and special, being that our Treasure Coast series is going to be a little bit different. And, what you did with Gene and how fast you did it, and then obviously the other, team owners, like you said, I don't think you had to even ask anybody, right? Didn't it come overflow? You had more owners than teams were available, and which was pretty cool. So I got to be honest, I'm most excited about just sitting back and watching and enjoying, and not running it or playing in it. Just watching what we've built. And that beginner connection and the player connection, and hopefully the impact that we've made on the Treasure Coast Ballers. And thanks to our sponsors, of course, you and Keith Lewis. There's many of you out there that were part of this.
Yeah, Frank Hotels, yourself, Ninja Warriors Fit, KWM Gutterman. Thank you guys.
I mean, I say it all the time. Yeah, like Mark Frank had just said, he was there from event number 1. Keith Miner, KWM, Leo, you and I know. I didn't have to ask him to be involved. He's like, hey, what do you need? What are we doing? Love you guys. It's amazing. Jason Chang stepping up, NW Fit, just everybody, and then, of course, the team owners. It's so cool. They're so excited. You can kind of talk about it. I'm not in. I know you have some groups and some WhatsApp groups or messenger groups, but there's a lot of excitement about this, huh?
A lot of excitement. And just so you all know, too, we are also working on an online for you people that are going to follow along. We're going to have fantasy picks. So we'll send the link out. You'll be able to pick your favorite team on who you think is going to win the first Treasure Coast team competition. And look, like you said, it came from the Treasure Coast family. This kind of also came because of what you see there on the screen, but also, you guys are leaving Florida. Gene and Becky Fry wanted to do something really special for you. And so it evolved from getting together to play racquetball to just having a little party to team competition and a big after dinner party at Gene and Becky's place. So
I know nothing about.
oh boy.
I'm a spectator. I'm gonna cheer everybody on. I'm so grateful for everything Florida racquetball, the Florida players have done, and how they've really embraced it and wanted to be part of it and support it. Leo, your involvement, and you've jumped in and you've been part of it from day one. You're kind of part of you are part of Florida racquetball now. Even though you're out in Texas. And Gene's like I don't know. Gene's like a worldwide event director now. He's everywhere. He's at Paola's wedding. He's at the Treasure Coast. He's running these parties. Gene's just everywhere. Between him and Mark Frank, I mean, are there any more two more popular guys? Mark Frank, Gene Fry, and Keith Miner probably can't walk into any racquetball club in the world without just being paparazzi everywhere at this point.
Yeah. I mean, they're enjoying it, and it shows. So thank you, Gene. Gene and I have been communicating a lot back and forth. We're trying to kick this thing off, so I'm looking forward to it. And thank you, Gene. Gene's bringing me to Florida, so I'm going to actually be there. I can't wait. I'm super excited. Yeah, we're going all out. We're going to be live streaming every match. We're going to be doing interviews.
We're going to have some fun because I'm not playing. You and I can sit there. Oh boy, we got to get front and center. I still vote, even though I don't have a vote. Leo Wu, you're out of the beginners. Call Charles Nolan's wife, Ashley. Ashley, you're in. That would be my vote. Let's even up those beginning teams. Although Benny's nasty. Benny's a baller too. Beatrice is working hard. She's Edgar's wife. She's amazing. Her energy's incredible. She's so exciting. It's so great to see her on the court. And when Veronica gets on the court with those beginners, I just love it, man. It just makes me smile. Maria Moreno, she is, I want to say she's 14 or 15, Leo. Brand new beginner, last Treasure Coast. Veronica said, we're starting a beginner division. And she was literally just pulling people out of the crowd that never played. You're a beginner, never played? And guess what? Just like all of us watching, they're in love with it. Everybody loves it.
At first, I was like, well, the beginners, okay, good, let's do it. We'll put them in. They can play. They can be with us. But then now we all agreed that the beginner matches would count towards the points for this title. So
yeah, I don't know the format. Are you ready? You want to talk about it now or do a show maybe before? I don't know.
Yeah,
or maybe there. We can do it that day.
Yeah, we'll go into more detail. Then we're going to have it all scheduled out. But we'll for sure have the best teams from each group play each other.
So cool.
But then we're going to take your best player and then your second best player have to play with another team with their best player and their second best player. So we can kind of have a little bit of equalizer instead of having all the best teams play. And then we'll have the beginners play. And then it's going to be total points because every point matters. And the beginners,
as it should,
it could come down to a beginner match in the end. And that's what we're trying to create. We're trying to create, we're not going to have everybody playing at the same time. So that way the teams can cheer on. And, I heard people are bringing signs. People are going to have costumes and outfits. And so it's going to be a blast. So thank you, Gene Fry. Thank you to the team owners. You guys stepped up. Gene Fry, Mike Kinkin, Edgar Martinez, and Andrew Cunningham. It's been awesome, man. We've got everything ready to go. So yeah, a week from now, we're going to be team competition.
I'm super excited about it. Oddly excited. Yeah. I'm like, I can't wait to watch it and see it. And you're going to be there. We'll be together and you'll be running the show. And I'll just be like, what do you want me to do? And I'll just help and we'll watch. And yeah, Richard, just to talk about that, that's an absolute truth right there, Leo. You see that comment that Simone put up that Richard said? Veronica was at the last event, just cherry picking. Hey, you never played? You're in. You're never. And here we are. We went from 3 beginners to 7.
Look what Edgar wrote.
Exactly. Yeah, Edgar's right. Edgar's one of our sponsors of Treasure Coast and a team owner. Edgar, thank you so much to you, to Beatrice, to MCC Millwork. It's people like you that keep us going.
You want me to answer
Yeah,
that
go
question?
for it. Yes, sir. I do.
Yeah, Lackland asks, can you recap what Treasure Coast racquetball is? Absolutely.
That's deep right there. I get it. I like your style. I'll just piggyback
That's
that.
heavy. That's heavy.
Yeah, that was deep. I like that. Lackland Treasure Coast Racquetball. It was actually, I want to say maybe Rob Lyons and Chad Bailey had an event or had events that were called Treasure Coast Racquetball event or tournament. And it's the Treasure Coast of Florida. And they gracefully said, yeah, absolutely, go ahead and go for it. And we kind of adjusted it and used it in different ways. And we created this community and racquetball family that now is, like Leo said in that photo right there. And that's Treasure Coast Racquetball. Yeah. Leo, yeah, I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. You're right. I'm sorry, Lackland. If I didn't give you the answer you were looking for on that one, shoot Leo an email or myself, Sudsy at sudsymunchik.com, and we can go over it further in depth. But it's about the roots. It's about the community. It's about the players. And that's it right there. That's what it is.
No trees and flowers without the roots. None of that garden happens.
All right. What else you got, Leo?
All right. One last thing, one or two last things. For those of you that may or may not have heard, the IRF Adult World Championships are going to be held in the United States of America on our soil. First time since, I think, 96. All right. This is the Adult World Championships. This is where all the best players in the world come together representing their countries. You've seen it online. They've been all over the world to play these events. That's part of international racquetball. But for us, it's going to be here. And so what we have decided to do is Sudsy came up with a brilliant idea for USA Racquetball to help them fundraise. So we have come up with the Frank Hotels KWM Gutterman Centurion Doubles Racquetball Invitational. This event is going to be held at the same time, right on the same courts, right smack in the middle of the IRF World Championships. Whoever plays in this tournament is going to be playing right alongside at the same time during the World Championships with all of these players that'll be competing for their countries. USA Racquetball is hosting this event, and what this event is it's a fundraiser to help USA Racquetball host this event. Here's a little bit of information here that you can see. We're going to have more information coming out. It's going to be $500 a player, $1,000 a team. 100% of these funds raised will go towards hosting this event, and of course, all the money goes to USA Racquetball. We're trying to raise a good amount of money to help them host this event. You guys wouldn't believe how expensive it is to take these clubs, bring in rentals, space, bleachers, opening ceremonies, closing ceremonies. So Sudsy asked me if I would be a part of it. I told him that I would. And we put this thing together for you. If you'd like some more information, we have some links there. It is live on R2. So if you want to get signed up, do it. We can only take the first 12 teams. That's it.
Yeah, and Leo, we only have how many teams available? Don't we have 6 or 7 already filled up? So, if and when you get a chance, go to, here's what I do. I go to r2sports.com. I go to event search. In the event name, I just put Frank Hotels, and it'll show those 2 events. Like Leo said, this is 100% a fundraiser for USA Racquetball. It's a Centurion Plus or 100 years combined division per team. It's going to be right in the middle. As Leo said, the event will start. Leo, correct me if I'm wrong. You are the event director. I believe it starts the day of the gold
28.
medal, the gold medal round. Mm-hmm. So you'll see the gold medal matches of the International Racquetball Federation World Championships. It's an amazing event. I think Veronica hopefully will be competing. You'll see the best players from Team USA from all over the world. And we're going to do this. It's kind of like an invitational. We really haven't, Leo, put it out there in the public, and there's 7 of 12 teams are gone. And, when Mike Grizz had contacted me and said, it takes X amount of money to do this, I said, well, I have an idea. And what if we do this event right in the middle of it? The IRF has been gracious enough. Leo, you've been on those calls. They gave us the court time. You, being the expert running 200 plus tournaments, said, we're good. We can do this. And we would love to see it. We'd love to see the support. So if you're interested, Cheryl Kirk has purchased the team, Leo, or entered a team? And she said, hey, if I don't play, can I sponsor a team? And the answer is yes. So if you can't make it, it's $1,000 per team. We're only taking 12 teams, 100%. I cannot say that enough. 100% of these proceeds are going to USA Racquetball to help them fund this amazing event in San Antonio, Texas. So if you can't make it, you want to sponsor a team, I'm telling you from experience, nobody's better than that guy right there, Leo, than filling teams. We will get the players that will represent you and your sponsorship. I'll call it what it is, a donation, right, Leo? And all the money will go through R2. There's some other details. I am playing. I'm in it. Looking forward to doing it with Mark Frank once again. And it's going to be 2 days. It'll be in San Antonio. Amazing club, amazing city. Leo, anything else you want to add to that?
Yeah. Guys, we're releasing this here for the first time tonight. So after tomorrow, it will be public and it will sell out. So if you're looking
go now.
Yeah, if you're looking for a truly one-of-a-kind experience that won't break the bank, this
First
is
time
one of
ever.
them.
First time we've ever done this.
First time, it could maybe the last. May not. They may like, hey, that was fun, but so take advantage of it. Don't miss out on it. It's easy to fly in and out of San Antonio. I promise you. The club is easy to get to. I was just there for the LPRT battle at the Alamo. Part of the reason I was there so that we could do a site visit, because this is going to be not only a one-of-a-kind, but it's going to be first class for you. You're going to come in and you're going to spend that kind of money and support Team USA. We want to make it the best for you. So I was there making sure got the lay of the land. Dean worked with Dean at the IRF and told us, hey, look, this is your guys. You can have it. Go for it. We want your people to feel important. So, yeah, we're going to have nice gift bags. We're going to have good lunches. And look, if you can't make it and you can't play in it, you can still support it by sponsoring the event. And those donations also go to USA Racquetball. So go online, sponsor a breakfast, sponsor a lunch. You'll treat the guys that are there also supporting and donating, and you will also be a supporter of this fundraiser for USA Racquetball. So reach out to Sudsy or myself or go online. All the information is online. It's live right now. You can go in there and get your spot. And R2 will allow you to pay for your doubles partner. So you can go in there and get your spot, get his or her spot. We only have one rule stipulation. It's a Centurion doubles. So you just have to meet the age criteria. Everything is on the R2. When you go look at that R2, all the information is on there. It's all laid out easy. The only other rule that really sticks out is, we're not going to allow any top IRT male pros in the top 20 within the last 3 years, I think. So, this is fundraiser, but it's also competitive. So get in there. It's going to sell out. What is today? Wednesday? I can guarantee you in a very short amount of time, it's going to sell out.
Yeah, and I agree. Leo, I remember when I brought this to you, I said, hey, what do you think? And I think you said to me, well, why? We have so much on our plate. We're doing so much. We're doing different racquetball things. And honestly, it was a USA Racquetball thing. But we both agreed that this is a great thing for racquetball in the USA. I can tell you, we speak firsthand with international players from all over the world. And the fact that we will be hosting the World Championships matters. It makes a difference. So we are calling on you, our Beyond the Court players, fans, sponsors, everyone to be part of this. And I didn't want it to be just hey, give me some money, write a check. So we created this event. And quick backstory, Leo, you know this. I was talking to Mark Frank. And I said, hey, I need you to carve out some time. He's a busy man. You know, we got 14 properties and he's got kids and racquetball. And I said, but I need you to carve out about a week in August to come support Veronica if Veronica is going to be competing in the World Championships. And like a true racquetball player and fan, of course, he supports Veronica and I. He goes, is there a tournament we could play? Those were his words. And I go, bingo.
Yeah.
I go, that's the best idea I've ever heard. So what we then did, Leo, you and I, we said, we're going to create a fundraising event, a tournament. So that's what we did. We're super excited. I don't think, has it ever been done like this where 100% of the proceeds, we should find that out. Todd Boss, if you're watching and you know the answer to that, let us know. Pro Racquetball Stats or USA Racquetball. Has this ever been done? You know, an event where 100% of the proceeds are going to go to hosting this event, which is pretty cool. So yeah, Leo, I don't think we can click on that. What I do, I try to simplify it. Go to r2sports.com, go to event search. In the event name, put Frank Hotels. Boom, I think it pops up. Leo, you got 2 events up there with the Frank Hotels name in it. Let's do it. I mean, how cool would it be to just sell it out tonight? I mean, I think we can only take 5 more teams, right? Or 6?
Yeah, we got
not sure.
eight people signed up right now, and some of those players don't have partners, so we'll get them signed up. So, consider it, think about it. Like
It's
I said,
open.
if you're looking for a unique, one-of-a-kind racquetball experience, this is one of them. If you've never done anything like this, then this will probably sit at the top of your list as the most amazing things that you've ever done, which is play in a fundraiser while the World Championships is going on. So you'll be on court 2 and Conrado Moscoso will be on court 3. So
That's cool.
It'll be super cool. We're going to have our own little area. Like I said, we're working on souvenir items, breakfasts, light lunches. So if you're interested in either playing in it or sponsoring something, please reach out to me and we'll get you all fixed up. August 28th through the 29th, San Antonio, Texas. You can also go to the USA Racquetball events and then go look on the state sites, Texas, and you'll see it. It's listed. There's also a tiny URL. You can take that tiny URL code that we made, go to tinyurl.com and then type in FHKWM 2024. You can go sign up right now and get your spot. Don't miss out. Only 12 teams. And it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. I'll be there. You'll be there. And first time since 1996.
Yeah, it's going to be super cool. So we look forward to, whoever can be involved. We'll do everything we can to make sure that you enjoyed it. And again, this is for racquetball in the USA. But if you're outside the USA and you want to compete and have some fun and be part of this World Championships, we welcome you. So thank you again, Leo. Thank you for that. All right, I think it's that time of night, Leo, to kind of recap the show, say thank you to everyone. But before I do that,
another surprise.
I gotta say it. It's my boy's birthday.
What?
Happy birthday to our little guy Mateo, right there in the middle. Mateo is 4 years old today, and I love the way Mommy does his hair. Looks a little familiar, I think. And he's 4 years old, May 15, 2020, COVID baby. And there's Jules off to the left. Her birthday was not too long ago. She turned 6.
Jules looks like she got fixed up for this birthday party.
Well, you never know. She's with Monty and Veronica. She's adorable. But Mateo, we love you, buddy. Happy birthday. You're just such a sweet little boy, good kid. And takes a lot after Mommy. He's got Leo, he's got that personality. Loves animals, as you can see. So, Mateo, happy birthday, buddy. Love you to death. And there's Mommy and Mateo right there.
Good kid, man. He's only 4.
He's only 4. Happy birthday, dude.
Happy birthday, Mateo. You don't seem like you're 4. You act like you're like 8.
No, that's Jules. She's like 16, but it's a whole nother story. All right, Leo.
Yeah, before I go, I want to say my goodbyes. I want to give a big shout out to everybody playing in the Hub City Classic this weekend at Zach's Club in Lubbock, Texas. Ed Mooney,
I like it. Texas
Sharon
racquetball's badass.
They do it right over there at the Hub City.
That's Florida.
Yeah, sounds familiar, doesn't it? But Ed and Sharon, have a great event this weekend, and you guys check it out. They might stream some matches, but I love the smaller tournaments. We always try to bring them up. Coach Sandy will be there. My friend Kenneth Poole. Let's see, Jirish Volleyball.
Kenneth Poole.
You know Kenneth?
I love Kenneth, man. Come on.
Yeah.
I miss that guy.
Steve Watts will be there. Little Joe's playing in it. Little Joe Williams.
Wow, that sounds like why are we not? Oh, we're busy Yeah, we got a lot going on. Anyway, get out there.
So yeah, good luck everybody, and Ed and Sharon keep up the great work over in Lubbock, Texas.
Yes, Ed and Sharon for sure.
Hey, and also before I say my goodbyes, I do want to bring it up because he's probably the hardest working promoter right now online for the junior nationals, and sometimes I like to razz him a little bit because he's like blowing it up like everywhere. But Brian Dixon, keep up the great work, man. I know you're pushing hard for the junior nationals. That's coming up. I know the Manias are facilitating that event, but Brian Dixon has been all over the internet. He's in all the groups and every posting and trying to remind people to keep that date and get signed up on your calendar. Junior Nationals in Pleasanton, California. Brian, if you're in here, drop that link or drop that information in the chat. Suds, I know how important juniors was to you.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely, for me, it was my stepping stone, right? It was my journey. I played my first junior nationals at 8 years old, Fishkill, New York, Leo, 8 and under multi-bounce. And I remember, the lines on the court, 1 bounce, 2 bounces, as many as you want. And I remember my dad telling me, let it bounce. And I was like, no, I'm just going to hit it on 1. And yeah, it was definitely the stepping stones for me, the beginning to my long career. And junior nationals was and always will be an important part of my, not only my racquetball career, but my life. So
yeah,
definitely get out there. And I know you and I will try to get out there if we can. We recently made a donation on behalf of Beyond the Court, you and I, and I think we'll do another one. If Erica shoots me a text right now, we'll make that happen. A little something from us. But yeah, go do what you can. Brian Dixon's doing a great job out there.
There he is.
It.
Dropped it in the chat. Spread the word. Keep it up, Brian. I know how hard it is to, every day just try to remind people to get signed up, to make those plans. So keep up the great work, Brian. You're a great ambassador for racquetball, and it shows in your passion. So parents, kids, get signed up. Maybe I'll be there. I don't know. I haven't committed to being there yet, but we'll see.
We'll see. We got a lot going on.
Yeah, lots going on. Hey, great show tonight. I want to thank all of our guests as well for coming in. Gary Mazeroff, thank you, Maz. Look forward to seeing you soon. Mark Frank, what can I say? You make my life better. You and Shelly. Shelly, thank you for the beans. I like the bags that you put your coffee beans in. I don't even know where you can get those coffee bean bags, but I love them. I want to say a big hug, or I want to send a big hug out to Coach Fran Davis. Fran's kind of going through some things right now with her little doggy B, and we all love our pets. And hang in there, Franny. I know how much you love B. B's an amazing little dog. So Chewy and I are here for you, and we love you. And even though we didn't get to meet B, we love B. So it's tough, man, when you're having to deal with a pet that's really ill and not doing well. So, and then my family. I want to thank my family. You guys, thank you so much for helping me keep this little guy when I'm out on the road and traveling around. And thank you to everybody that supports me. Keith Miner, thank you. And Sudsy and Vero, I'll see you in 6 days. Thank you, guys.
That's pretty damn cool. Thank you, Gary Mazeroff, tonight for coming on and taking the time. I know he's in Las Vegas, Leo. You know what I forgot to ask him? He did kind of have an Area 51 background to his. What do you guys think? Area 51 exists? I know that's Nevada. Don't jump all over me. But I don't know, Las Vegas. There's some things going on there. And Las Vegas, New Mexico. I bet you didn't know that. So, Gary, thank you so much. Thank you for everything you've done for many years in racquetball and continue to do. You're front and center sometimes, but not really. You're the suavest. I think somebody said, one of our guests, Leo, said that Gary's the suavest commentator. Was that the word?
Suavest.
Suavis. So thank you, Gary. Of course, Mark Frank, thank you as a guest. It was super cool, seeing you. That was amazing. Having you out there. Like I said, you know the deal. Shut off your phone, shut off your email, redirect. Monty, thanks for jumping in. That was super. They don't love that. I understand. Not everybody loves the camera. Not everybody loves to speak. How many times have we seen Veronica, Leo? How many times has she come on with us? It's not for everybody. So really, thank you so much, Monty. And we're super excited to have you part of our now Frank Hotels team. You're working hard. You're a great rep, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to have you out there. And Mark wants to continue to do things. Leo, love the shirt. So thanks, Monts, for coming out, and of course, good luck this weekend, no doubt. Thank you to my personal sponsors and supporters and friends, relationships, Jason Chang, NW Fit. Thank you for what you've been doing and being part of Racquetball. Keith Miner, of course, KWM Gutterman. Keith, maybe you get sick of hearing your name. Too bad. You deserve it. It can't be said enough. You're single-handedly, keeping racquetball alive, certainly at the competitive level. So thank you, Keith Miner and KWM Gutterman. And God, if there's anybody out there that can bridge that gap, I know he's busy, but how cool would it be to somebody to actually go to KWM Gutterman, buy a bunch of machines because of this show or because of racquetball? So thank you, Keith Miner. Thank you, KWM Gutterman. Mark Frank Hotels. I can't say it enough. Love you. You're more than a partner and more than a boss now. So we appreciate that. To all the players, all the fans, all the spectators, everybody that supports our show, supports racquetball. We know you love it like we do. There's no doubt we couldn't do this without you. And I greatly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. You keep us going. I know you'd want to see us more, but it's just not that easy. And it's, takes time, takes money, takes patience, takes energy, takes a lot of things. But thank you to all of you racquetball family. Leo, thank you. Thank you, Chewy. Leo, thank you for stepping up. Scotty Mack and Ellie and I, we were doing this, and you and I have been doing this now for a long time. This is episode 77, although it's definitely well over 100 times that I and we have gone live. I think that's when we started to number it. So thank you, Leo, for always taking the time, being ready to go. And I know you're ready. As soon as we get that show title sponsor, we'll make sure we're out here a couple times a month at the very least. And last but never least is, of course, the people that keep me going in and out of the court or beyond the court is obviously, Jules, Mateo, and Veronica. I love you to death. I'm here for that. And we're going to keep going, and we're going to do everything we can to make sure racquetball doesn't just go away. We don't want that to happen. So thank you, everyone. We'll see you soon. I think, Leo, we're going to see everybody at the Treasure Coast Team Racquetball event. Is that the next time we'll be live?
Yep. Next time we'll be live, we'll be in Florida. We'll stream all the matches. We're going to have some fun. We're going to do some behind the scenes stuff. So that's when we'll be back on live again. Thank you guys so much. Look, if you guys liked what you saw and you want to support the show, didn't ask a whole lot tonight because we were having so much fun, but you can go to Venmo. You can send 5, 10, 20, whatever you want to send. It all goes towards the production of the show. For those that have donated in the past or donate tonight, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And I would love to do this more. And we will have some information coming out. We're looking for a title sponsor, somebody that will support us for a year on this show as a title sponsor so that we can come on more frequently. I love that photo. Is she working the tournament desk?
She is.
Is she checking people in?
She is.
Check me in, Jules. Just check me in.
I mean, that's it right there. If anybody ever questions why we do what we do, take a look right there. She loves it.
She got the shirt on. She got the family shirt.
Yeah, thank you for making that. We need more. Can you bring a bunch, please, for the kids when you're here?
I will.
All right, everyone. We're gonna call it a night. Thank you again. We will see you soon. Thank you for watching. Leo, thank you. Have a great night. Don't forget, we are Racquetball, Somos Racquetball. We will continue to be, and we'll see you soon, everyone. Have a great night. Thanks again.